It's an absolute pleasure to host this session. And this morning, Tammy and I are going to be talking about the session two in the month of March. As you know, we're doing a 90-day run starting from March, April, and May. Folks, take advantage of that. It's still time. Just take that link and just share it through your team, your WhatsApp groups, your Telegram group, your Facebook Messenger group, texting, email. Invite folks to be part of this because we're giving you the elements, the basic foundation to actually create momentum. This is like putting wind into your sail so you can move forward. So we want to welcome you to this session here. Just want to start by welcoming Bakshir from Bangladesh. Great to see you here. Marie-Paul from Ottawa, welcome. We have Bruce from Florida. Welcome, Bruce. We have here Help for Free. Good morning. Great to see you from Maine, USA. Let's see here. We have Claude. Great to see you here. We have Roy MC from Texas. We have Albert. Great to see you here from Nabia. Great to see you here. We have here Bobaran. Welcome, Bobaran. How are you? From Port Stanley, Canada. We have here Richard from Chilliwack, BC. Welcome. We have Papa Bing Ningo. Great to see you here. We have Maurice. Great to see you here from Nefer Hill. Great to see you here. We have here Esther. Great to see you here, Esther. It's been a while. From Accra, Ghana. And John, great to see you from Austin, Texas. And all of you that are joining us here this morning, we certainly want to welcome you to our session here this morning. Tammy, feel free to share what it is that you feel should be announced as we begin.
Yeah, so just want to say welcome. And of course, we want to hear how your first week went. So please, in the comments, because it's really important for people to see how people are doing with their prospecting, because at the end of the day, if we're not talking to new people on a regular basis, then our businesses are not growing. So I'd love to hear from you. How many people did you personally talk to this week? Okay, no excuses, you guys. Don't put any excuses in the platform. We just want to hear how many people were out there doing the numbers. All right, so put your numbers in. If you had any signups, share it in the comments. We want to see engagement because that's what a 90-day drive is all about. It's making that decision. You know what? For the next 90 days, I'm going to give it more than I did the last 90 days. Right? Because we all know that if we don't create some type of drive into momentum, then people tend to stay stagnant. All right. So we're seeing some activity here. All right. So keep doing it, you guys. Keep putting the numbers in. As you hear this, keep putting the numbers in because it's all about new business. All right. And even getting up. Yeah.
And as you're doing this, I just want to welcome and congratulate here Lawson, I believe from Accra, Ghana, who just hit Sapphire. And I know we've got lots of people that are reaching copper, which is a very important piece of the puzzle to be able to to get the cash incentives. And I know no emails went out yet, but it's on its way. And it's definitely something that's going to be taking place. Joel has confirmed that there's some programming that needs to be done to make sure that when you look at the reports, it doesn't just count how many people you sponsored, but it actually counts how many people you sponsored that have reached the level of copper. That's what they're counting. Why? Because that's what needs to be duplicated to push people up, as you see here with Larson. So congratulations, Larson. This is absolutely phenomenal. And just so you know, folks, when you go to your business, under your business, you go into, rank up and recognition. This is what I click, and you can see all the reports here of what's going on. And I just wanted to acknowledge Larson here. Congratulations, Larson. Stay the course. Absolutely amazing. Sorry, you got my crypto.
And remember, to get to ranks, you need to make sure that copper is being duplicated within the organization. If you're not a copper yet, you got to be talking to new people. And today we're going to kind of hit home and hit your hearts in such a good way, of course, because we want to make sure that people are comfortable doing this. But to do that, you got to get uncomfortable, right? Because when we first started in the industry, to be honest with you, I really wasn't good at talking to people. And you couldn't put me on a Zoom session. You couldn't put me in front of the room. You couldn't do any of that with me personally because I was so shy. Even though I had a traditional business, I was that person that was shy, and people needed to initiate conversation for me to have a conversation with them. So to get out of my comfort zone, I needed to initiate conversations, and that's what it's all about. Because when you initiate a conversation, things come from that, right? And if you can read between the lines, people are struggling, you guys. People are struggling in today's economy. So often people go, well, I don't want to bother them because people are struggling. No, they're staying up at night, you guys. They can't sleep because they got bills to pay at the end of the month. And they just need somebody like you to contact them to show them the way, right? Because that's what it's all about. And if you can show them something that creates some interest and excitement, they're in. But if you don't open your mouth, somebody else is going to get them in something else, right? So that's why we want to do these sessions, not just to share what you need to do, because we all know what we need to do. What we need to do is break some patterns, break some habits of the past so that we can go into momentum, all right? And to be able to be comfortable talking to people. So yeah, go ahead, Chris. And I worked stuff this week I wanted to share with you a little bit later.
Yeah, and congratulations, Esther. This is fantastic, folks. And here's the key: is you want to stay the course. And it's, again, today it's about expanding your network. Now we're going to give you some concept that you should be made aware of. And I know a lot of it is common sense, but don't confuse common sense by, oh, that's obvious. At the end of the day, what's obvious often is what people are not doing. So we just want to walk you through the basics that you need to be aware of as you expand your network. So why building new connection is essential? Well, you can see it right over here, right? A new contact equal a new opportunity. And folks, if you are simply, how do you say, posing, in other words, you sign up with God Backup and you're sitting there and you're just hoping that someone is going to end up in your business because maybe the marketing said, hey, we'll build it for you. Well, at the end of the day, some of that does happen because we have a business model that you only have two sides to position people. So think of the fact that you may have 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, some of you, thousands of people above you. Well, it's bound to have someone that's going to end up underneath you because everybody needs to have one on the right, one on the left, one on the right, one on the left. And let's say one side is quite large and you happen to be on the other side of a person that's building. Well, guess what? Everything they do has to probably end up on that smaller side. They want to put all the people there. You will benefit from that. It's called spillover. But I'm explaining that to you so you have an idea of why people end up in your business. But it's not about sitting back and expect it to be down and to be put into your business and kind of ask the question, what have you done for me lately, upline? This is not how this works. It's all about doing our part. So the fact is, make new contact. You expand your network by helping kind of your network to reach into their untapped audience. Because often, like Tammy say, we're afraid to talk to these people because, I don't know, we don't want to offend them. We don't want to talk to them about our business. Here's the reality. Everybody have devices. It's quite rare today if you don't have one because it's how you pay. It's how you keep track of what's going on in your daily activities. And it's just the way the society functions today. Now, of course, you will have some people say, well, I don't believe it. Oh, that's fine. The reality is the majority of people have devices. Now that I brought this point up, what do they need to do with these devices? Well, we know companies are quite aware that they're charging an arm and a leg to have a lot of memory on those devices. Why do they do that? Because they want people to get the bare minimum. Because after that, when you get the bare minimum space on your phone, it's going to fill up quickly, especially today with the power of these devices. Then it needs to be backed up. If it's not backed up, then there's nothing that will fit into this phone. So the environment today kind of forces people to pay for extra storage. And I know there's a lot of TikTok messages and says, "Oh, don't buy extra storage, do this, do that." At the end of the day, folks, there will be a time where it's been 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Your phone will fill up because you don't want to delete what you did in 2010, right? These are precious memories. So it has to go on the cloud. So my point in saying it, people need cloud space. And the cloud backup offers 6 terabytes for the price of 2. You see what I'm doing here? Is that I'm not trying to convince you. I'm educating you on what's really happening so you can realize what are my options. That's where you want people to be. And from there, where are my options? Well, maybe I should consider your program. But if you don't tell them, you don't talk to them about it, nobody knows. See, building momentum requires constant growth. If there is no constant growth, momentum will not occur. The wind will not blow into your sails, excuse me. So the call to action is exactly what this is think of 5 people right now, as you are listening to this right now. Think of 5 people that you think can benefit from extra cloud storage. I know you know this, but you do need to make the effort, make the step. Of course, someone's calling me just in a training.
Yeah, especially somebody who has a family, right? That's such a big thing. I remember when Joel was telling Chris and I about Got Backup, and he said that 6 terabytes, and I'm like, wow, that's huge. And then when he added, you can add 5 additional sub accounts, 5 additional members. Right away, the light went on, and I'm thinking, who are all the families that I know? Even if they're adult kids and don't live at home, it's still family. They don't have to be living in your household, and where they can share this data, right? And they can even split the cost if they wanted to. And that's the thing. This can be very, very, very affordable, and it can be divided. Chris and I were building so many years in this industry. And I remember in the Philippines, you remember the first time, Chris, we went to the Philippines, we were wondering, how do they market? Because you need to adjust into different international markets to see how they work. You don't come in and just force the way you do business onto people. So we humbled ourselves, and of course we learned how they market, and they did small things. They for example, we were looking at a fragrance. Remember, we stopped at that one booth, and they didn't sell a bottle of perfume. They sold little vials, and they would sell so many of those because everybody can afford it. You can see the data storage is such an affordable thing, right? But that's how they did it. And so we learned a ton by watching how other people would market things. And that's when we really, really understood, when it's an affordable thing, people jump on. And especially if it's something that they're using already, right? So that's a big message for all of us. And we know there's struggle in the economy. We know that. But people are searching. Don't think that people are not going to be able to afford this. Don't even think about any of that. Bring them what they need and let them make the decision, you guys.
And remember that not everybody struggles. Tammy's just underline that. Not everybody's struggling in the world, folks. Not everybody.
No.
There's a lot of people that can really afford doing things. Don't just assume that people can't afford this. Now, it just happens that the price tag to start Got Backup is so small that between you and I, that shouldn't even be an issue at all. The thing is just for you to step forward. But folks, the call to action here, think of 5 people during this session here today. Think of 5 people, put it on your list right now that you can think about that you should email, text, WhatsApp, Telegram, whatever, send them some quick information to be prepared to send them that capture page. If you don't know what that means, these are the marketing tools that is part of your back office in Got Backup. If I may just point this out by bringing this over here, when you go to your marketing tools, you go into, for example, Got Backup, reseller tools, you click on that. And the page that will appear over here will contain all the links that you can start promoting right now. If you follow any of our presentation, we explain every time which one we suggest for you to use. This one is someone who wants to sign up right away. These ones over here or these ones over here will all capture name and email, which if you have your emails ready to be sent out, again, we have trainings about this, then people will start receiving them. These links, or I should say, whatever tool you prefer, should be on your social media profile. Now, someone was mentioned, I need Joel to be in my upline to do this for me. You see, this is exactly what I was telling you. This is not how you want to position yourself. What is Joel doing? Joel is a human being like we all are, but he's active. He's consciously active doing things. He grabbed his cell phone and he keeps talking to it with an audience listening. And the fact is, he's explained many times that even though he has a big following, what he points out is the people that seems to be commenting or view his videos are not his followers. The algorithm of today's social media platform will recognize the context and the information you share, and it wants you to be seen because it wants more people like you to use the tool. That's how the algorithm is designed to do. But if you turn around, you take pictures of your food, you take picture of your house, you take picture of yourself on the beach, your algorithm, what is this profile for? And that's the reason why you stay stuck. But if you consistently, not necessarily talking about Got Backup, but how can you earn money working from home? How can you utilize technology today to create another income stream? Things like that, just consistently sharing a message about making money working from home. Well, and again, it could be something else. It could be different things, but keep the same context. And this is how eventually you'll end up, just like on the beach where the wave is coming to shore, you'll catch the wave, which will bring you to shore. Well, that's the momentum I'm talking about. This is what's going to happen with the algorithm. You'll catch the wave and poof, next thing you know, you got 1,500 people that saw your video compared to 5 or 10 that you've done. This is what happens. If you keep doing that, this is what happens. Again, going back to my message here, take these links, okay, and put them into your social media. I'll just pick one that it's better for you. Okay.
Yeah. And if you know people who want stuff free, because I'm seeing that, send them the free trial, right? 7 days free. Try it for 7 days. It's free. So that's what you're looking for. And for me personally, if somebody was going to approach me with somebody, it's not about free for me. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. Well, not when I was a kid, but I saw my father grow up. I was out there selling lemonade on the corners, looking for construction areas. I was very entrepreneurial when I think about it. All the things that I did to make money growing up, right? You got to go out and get that. You got to go out and make that happen. It's very important because you're going to lose people like me if you're thinking everybody wants something free. I don't want free things. I want value. I want something that I'm looking for that can give me more value. So you got to search for people like that. And that's why identifying the right prospects is very, very, very important, you guys. Okay, stop chasing people who want everybody to do everything for them. I get the Marco Max is coming. I get that. And it's going to be great for anybody who jumps on board. That's going to be another add-on. Don't look at it as the be all, because it's not the be all. You're going to be somewhere, anywhere. You're going to be standing in a line somewhere. You're going to be somewhere where you can strike up a conversation while your Marco Max is doing your posts. You know what I mean? If you want to grow, you got to develop skills too. And don't just search for the outer world to fix things for you. Okay? Because things might be fixed temporarily, but then they move on and you're stuck because you haven't developed the skills, you guys. And that's one thing that Chris and I made decisions years and years ago, that we got to constantly evolve. So no matter whatever happens in the world, makes no difference for us, because we're going to be on the evolve wagon. Okay. So we're not worried at all. We're not worried about the economy. We're not worried about any of this stuff. Why? Because we made decisions to develop ourselves, to learn to connect to people, to strike up conversations with people without thinking about a script. Of course, we're going to give you scripts because people need some guidelines. Okay. And that's important. It helps people get started. All right. So you want to be seeking people who really want more in life, that are willing to do something to have more. Right? Those are the kind of people that you really want to search for. And if you're online, just throwing yourself out there and putting your links up, just make sure you have those capture words, like kind of like what Joel's doing and other great influencers are doing. Right? So you want to look and see what other people are doing that are getting attention, because really Joel is just getting attention. And then when he sends his link, then that's when people make a decision. They watch a video just like you're going to do in sending out to people, just like you did to join, right? So you guys, it's so important to have that mindset, a winning mindset, a mindset that wants to grow personally, to learn skills. I want to be Joel. I don't want Joel to do this for me. I want to be Joel. You know what I mean?
So where to find prospects, Tammy?
Yeah. So, I mean, everywhere, you guys. They're everywhere. You can go online and have a specific target of people you want to prospect. You can create some ads. There's people out there that are already doing what Joel is doing, and Joel learned from them. Right? That's how he learned. He learned how to do this, and then he got uncomfortable. You look at Joel's very first videos. Go back and look, because I've gone back and looked at some of the stuff that he's done, and I see him now. He's just such a natural now. Right? So anytime we start something new, we're never going to be natural at it. And don't beat yourself up along the way. Just tell yourself you're grateful that you even took that step, right?
So back to where to find prospect, folks. Again, we have social media platform we talked about, networking groups. It could be physical groups, or it could be digital groups on Facebook. And we have done many trainings on that, just to be part of a group, not spamming, but contribute. And again, existing social circles, you want to surround yourself where there are people that are talking about a certain topic of any kind. If you're a movie buff, maybe you want to go to a movie kind of fan group on Facebook of some kind. And you don't turn around and start selling God backup. You build a relationship, you contribute to the conversation. I guarantee you that these people have cell phones. And I guarantee you that many of them have filled up their cell phone that will need space. Again, it could be in any context. So where to find prospect, folks? Literally everywhere there are people breathing oxygen. It's as simple as that. You just need to go out there and talk to people.
And when you think about it, I mean, we've got such a huge target audience, because anybody with a phone, hello. That's your target audience. So it's huge. It's huge. Yeah. We have a huge target audience, especially if you're looking for people that could bring mass, influencers, you guys, photographers, videographers, people who create a lot of content. There are massive target markets there.
So mastering conversation and invitation, folks, start a conversation with curiosity and authenticity. So at the end of the day, that's what Joel's doing. We keep bringing this up because he's very good at what he does, but that's what he does. It creates curiosity, authenticity. Okay. And if you're shy in front of the camera, well, you can start maybe learning about the AI clones. Now, that's a bit of another story, but there's just so many different avenues today that you can use to be in front of people. Here's a key invitation script, and by all means, this is not even what we use. It's just kind of a very generic one. Hi name, whatever the name of the person. I just came across an amazing opportunity. If you don't like the word amazing opportunity, I just came across something that could be quite interesting, and I believe could be a great fit for you. You can work and put words that are more within your context of speaking. Can I send you a quick invite for a Zoom session? Or can I send you a quick invite to look at a website or a link that can give you more information? And then you pick one of the links that was pointing out to you a moment ago. Okay.
And that's in conversation, you guys. Like, you don't just randomly do this, right? You have to have some sort of conversation connection, and then you're going to find openings in as you ask questions to people. Like, don't drill people with questions. They'll be like, what are they doing? You know, you got to be real. You got to be natural. You got to talk about normal things, right? And then you can go into asking a question that's going to, you know, pique curiosity for them. If I was sitting across a friend of mine and we were having a coffee together, I say, oh my God, Jane, look what I just came across. And I'm going to be holding on my phone. I'm going to go, I have never been so organized. And it's true, you guys. What I'm doing right now is so true, because I have never been so organized with my folders. I would go into my Got Backup app and I'd be showing them my folders. And they'll go, well, what's that? You know, how do you do all that? And now I got them, you know, the bait, the fish, we were talking, stuff like that. And then go out, you guys, go out and meet some people and just have your phones with you. Start showing them stuff. Don't just talk, show them things. And they go, oh, wow, I can get you set up right now. Oh, really?
So write down 10 people right now that you can invite this week to come into the Wednesday presentation. It's a great presentation. A lot of people tend to convert after this presentation. So invite them. If it's not this one because the time zone doesn't fit for your time zone, I know there's many other incredible leaders that are doing great presentation. I know that in Accra, or I should say in Ghana, there is fantastic presentation that are taking place. So the earlier during the day for North Americans. For the African community, it's more in the evening or late afternoon. Take advantage of these. Be part of Telegram groups, Facebook Messenger group, especially the GVO Facebook group. Make sure you're part of this so you're aware of what's going on. So again, folks, the first one is think of 5 people that you think can really benefit from this. And now the thing is, write down 10 people that are willing to come into a Wednesday presentation, the company presentation. Let's take an active role. And I'm telling you that if you write it down, the chances are your results will definitely increase. Definitely increase. And we know that along the way, there will be objections. Do you agree, Tammy?
Oh, for sure. And you just have normal conversations on those. And those of you who really need scripts to get ideas, we created that on the boards. So you can go back and look. Like Chris, why don't you go there? Because some people didn't show up last week that are just watching this week. Go to the boards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, I need my glasses for this because it's quite small. Okay, so you can see the invitation text. Okay, go there, read the stuff before you start sending it to anybody. Get familiar with it. You might just copy the ones that you love, and then you got that simple copy paste. All right, so you can go into that. You can see the one for handling objections. We know the top objections in the industry because we've been doing this for a long time, and people are going to throw objections. Timing is such a big objection. People think they just assume they have to spend hours and hours and hours, and they don't. It's systematic. It's driven by system. And because of that copy paste, it's not taking a lot of your time. Like tomorrow, Chris and I are going to go sit on the beach. We're going to set up our canopy and we're going to be connecting. We're going to be copy, send. We're going to go for a walk. We're going to go in the water. We're going to have a lunch and then we're going to go copy, send. You know, you can be anywhere to do this, you guys. Anywhere. All right. Don't make excuses. Oh, I'm going out to here. I'm going out to take my daughter to her ballet classes. Yeah, but you're sitting there for an hour, right? So talk to the people who are sitting there with you, or get on your phone and start doing some stuff. You know, you got to look up once in a while because your daughter is waiting for you to look at her, right? But you got to do the things you got to do. And it doesn't matter where you are. No excuses, you guys. This is 90 days. 90 days. 90 days is not a lot. We're not asking you for the moon. We're asking you for 90 days doing 30-day segments to get better this month and get people into your business this month so that they can do this 90-day session.
Quick question
the
to
next
answer.
month and go on and go on and go on.
So Mark says, where do I start with the board? I've given you the link here, and I want you to be aware that the board, these are companies that are looking for profits.
Yes.
They will always encourage you to buy. Now, if you don't create boards or you don't, you're only using it to access it, you do not need to pay. You can skip these things. Okay.
Maybe you can show them, Chris, for those who do want to pay and want it simpler. Click on the invitation text.
Okay. So invitation text.
Yeah. All right. Go to the warm market. Okay. Do the first one just for fun.
This one here.
Yeah.
Warm market. Mm-hmm.
Click on that and then share. Click the share button on top.
Okay. Now, it's not going to be pretty. Unfortunately, when you put it into the comment, it's all going to be cramming it into one big block, but you have you see what just happened here? So it just creates a different post for every line.
But you can share it on social media. You can, yeah.
Yeah. So if
you have the ability to do your social media from the board. If you have a paid account,
and
if you don't have a paid account, you could just copy the content, copy paste, you guys. It's a simple process.
Yeah, I believe you can share with the free account.
You can.
Yeah.
Oh, so, not with the free. Unless
I don't know the details, but just play with it, and you can always cut and paste it and memory. Just do a cut and paste and then post it wherever you want to be. But where you should get started, this is over here. Get started right. Okay. So this is designed to give you the steps that we teach people as we enroll them. We just enrolled another person a couple of days ago and got back up.
Yeah.
And this is what we tell them. That's the 90-day campaigns that we've done. Okay. So again, folks here, just take advantage of this. It's designed to help you build your business. So let's go back to.
Yeah. And just so you know, if you go into the French folder and the Spanish folder, yesterday I put in the getting started is done on all of those folders, or those two folders, French and Spanish. And I've got all the content done right now. I just have to upload everything into the folder, but the invitation, the invites text there, that's all done. I just have to implement it. Translation Spanish, translation French. Okay. And I do have Italian already done, but I still have to create the folder. I just want to get these two up right away because I know that there are bigger markets.
Yeah.
And
Okay. We have 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
So handling objection here, folks. Again, the thing that's really important is go along with the objections. Don't try to compete with the person that my dad's better than your dad. This is never going to work. So at the end of the day, is I totally understand. This is why I'm inviting you to a short session. Now, it could be a pre-recorded session also. Remember, you don't have to wait on Wednesday. When you go to, for example, the live sessions here, we have many different versions that were posted over here. Okay.
And
then
make
from
sure
there,
you guys subscribe.
You
You
just
got to
pick one.
subscribe.
You just pick one. And then from there, you simply share. Okay. You just share the link to a prospect. And then from there, it's as simple as that. Okay. Really simple. So again, the tools are there for you to utilize, to utilize them. Okay. So the fact is, go along with the objections, agree with the objections, because often an objection is good news. That means I am interested. They're not saying that, but here's the challenge I'm seeing before I can take this seriously or move forward. Okay. So that's the logic behind it. And just so you know, to help you with that also, if you go to on the playlist, you'll notice here the Success Cycle series, we have a shorter version here. When you click on that, and you can see handling objections right over here. Okay. Prospecting, inviting, following up, third-party credibility, handling objections. It's available again on the channel. And if you have not done that already, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to it. So you receive a notification, your team gets notification whenever there's a presentation that's taking place. It's as simple as that. That's handling objections.
And following up, you guys, the fortune is in the follow-up. We've all heard this a million times, but at the end of the day, you got to be following up with people, right? Don't wait too long. If you wait too long, you're gonna lose the excitement, the conversation. People will forget. We all know how fast everything's moving in today's world. So you got to follow up and have conversations that you're going to follow up. You know, I like to have that authority when I connect with people, and I say, hey, I just sent you the link. Just check your text or check however way I sent it. You can ask them how they like to receive information. That's really, really important. And then you send it to them, and then you follow up right away. Hey, just want to make sure you got the link. Just want to make sure you got the webinar link, whatever it is that you're sending them. And they'll just say, yeah, got it. Great. When's the best time for me to follow up? Because you're going to have questions. I always say that you're going to have questions, right? So that's when they're going to tell you, you know, they're going to tell you, they're going to lead that. And you just make sure you follow up when you guys set the appointments, right? I mean, I get that sometimes emergencies come up. It's part of being human, but you text them and let them know that an emergency came up and reschedule it. But if you're not organized and you just keep forgetting, then that's a skill you really got to master, because organization is absolutely critical, especially when you go into momentum. When you have just a couple of people, no big deal. But I'm sure every single one of you want to build a massive organization. And structure is very important to be organized that way. And yeah, so.
Yeah. Now, Mark, if I don't understand what you mean by those links don't work, it's too vague. I don't know what you mean because whatever we clicked on, this is online right now. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Just let me know if you need more help on that. So at the end of the day, folks, the success is in the follow-up. That is the key, is to follow up and following through. And don't be discouraged by the naysayers and the people that can't see beyond negativity. It's life. It's just part of the process. But the fact is, sometimes a negative can be turned with a positive with a proper follow-up sequence that can answer an objections or a concern that they may have. Some people you just can't help. Just move on. But there's many people that just requires a bit more information to understand the value of what it is that you are providing. So
and Chris, just to add to that, there's follow-up scripts. If you actually go to the boards.
Yep. Okay.
There is follow-up scripts.
Direct me in the right area.
Invitation tools. Go back in there.
Tammy, Just point me in the right direction.
Invitation tools.
Invitation tools. Invitation.
Go back in the invitation tools, Chris. Yeah.
Invitation text.
Text. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. And then go back to Warm Market.
Okay.
And then you see follow-up folder, you guys.
Here they are.
Read it. Don't just copy paste it, because it gives you some guidelines in the text sometimes. So you don't just want to copy paste and not read it, because you're gonna make a fool of yourselves, right? So just send what it tells you to send, right? You don't want to be putting step 1, blah blah blah. So read them and grab what you need to grab and share it. Yeah.
Tammy put a lot of work into her this, folks.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that. The invitation.
And there'll be 3
text.
languages. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
3
the
other
invitation
languages.
text right there. Perfect. So as we're coming to the end of this session here, folks, what's going on is you need to take action on a daily basis, weekly. So the fact here is identify and contact 10 new prospects. Let's do this together. Identify and contact 10 new prospects. I know some of you have tens of thousands of names on your cell phone. And again, just use the information that we shared with you diligently, that you're not spamming people. You're simply, hey, hello, how are you? Kind of thing. And by the way, were you aware of? Kind of thing. And share the information. If there's no interest, hey, listen, thanks a lot, at least to entertain listening to what I had to share. Something like that. But the fact is, send these invitations, send 10 of them, follow up with them, invite them. Folks, I'm telling you, if you do this, the numbers will grow this week for your business. Okay. And you can track your activities on the board. We do have access to that. So where is it located again, Tammy?
The invitation, is that what you're talking about?
The I think it's in the getting started, the tracking sheet. We've done these things a while back, and I'm trying to remember where the tracking.
Well, the tracking sheet is in the Success Cycle series for sure.
Yeah,
that's the trading
recognition. Yeah, trying to remember where.
Yeah, I was telling Chris last week when we did the training. I was telling him it's good to have a sheet that explains what is in each folder. So you just have that sheet to know what's in the folders, because you can see there's a lot of folders here, but there's a lot of stuff that people need to grab and go. So you can just wait for the sheet. I mean, I'm trying to do this 90-day challenge, just like all of you guys are doing. And I almost had my second sign up. It's another follow-up that I need to do from last week. And
I forgot where we placed them, Tammy, but
plus I'm doing this as well.
Yeah, we do have a tracking sheet in here that could be found.
It's
and
in
I know
the
in our
Success Cycle series, Chris, under invitations.
Under invitations.
Yeah.
You're talking invitation text again? No.
The training. Let's not take time
under
doing
training.
this, Chris.
Under training, Success Cycle, prospecting mastery. I think this is the one right here.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's not it. That's a PowerPoint. I try to remember where we placed that invitation. It was on the invitation, inviting Google Doc. There we go. Action report for the week. Makes sense, right? You make invitation, and we have this here. It's a spreadsheet that you can download, and you can start keeping track of what you've done from Sunday to Saturday and give the total. Again, this is a great way for you to follow up on your activities. Just again, food for thought. So
yeah, it's in 2 spots. You've got the training series, Success Cycle series, that's in there in one of the folder, and where Chris is showing you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So back to the presentation here, folks. So let's take action on this. Let's take an active role in building your business. There's an email that's coming out very soon. And at the end of the day, folks, as you sponsor people into God Backup, it's not just about signing someone up. It's about signing that person up and helping them get one on the left, one on the right. That is a copper. It's the amount of coppers that you have enrolled personally that is counted that will give you the incentive cash, or the cash incentive that will be shared very, very soon. But even though the email hasn't come out yet, it's counted. The system will count this as of March 1st, which was last Sunday. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, and the key, you guys, is to continue expanding your network, right? It's even if somebody's not interested, keep them on your list, because relationship building is absolutely critical. And if they like you and they trust you and you connected with them in a way that was just, you really care, right? That's when they're even open to tell other people about you. They might run into photographers, just say, hey, have you heard of Got Backup? Because my friend is doing this company, and she was telling me about these 6 terabytes, and I couldn't believe, all this stuff that she had organized in her folders. I should connect the two of you together. That's what people are going to do if they really like you, right? You got to be genuine. You can't be out there just hustling to make money, right? You got to build connections, build relationships, whether it's social media, whether it's, people you already know, through people you already know, groups too. That's something that we've really tapped into over the years, is being part of groups that support each other. And then guess what happens when you're part of groups that support each other? They go start checking your personal profiles, right? They start following you. And the next thing you know, they're going to know that what you're up to. So if you're tapping into all of this stuff, then you're building your network. All right, that's your net worth, is your network.
So let's keep expanding. Expand your network, folks. That's what you need to do. Invite with confidence, and this will increase as you keep doing the invitation. And follow up and stay consistent. That is probably the most important aspect, is consistency. It's not about how good you are and how amazing you are to bring people in.
No.
It's the consistency of doing those simple activities. You don't have to work hard. You have to work smart. Simply be consistent and sharing. And Got Backup has so many tools done for you. You just need to cut and paste and pass it along to your prospect. So,
yeah, Chris and I are not the fastest recruiters. We're not the fastest at anything, but we're a master at consistency. And because of that, that's the reason why we keep growing and hitting ranks and stuff like that, is because of that consistency. And that's what you really, really, really want to master. I mean, these 90-day drives, you don't do them every 90 days. It's something you do every once in a while to take another level of momentum.
Yeah, you know, but once or twice a year.
Anybody who knows us personally know how short we are. We always call ourselves the little shots that keep shooting. And that's us. We're just those little shots, and we keep shooting, and we never give up. You never give up. Never, ever, ever give up. You want to have if you have a bad day, so what? So what? Walk it off and get back into it. That's what we do, right? Sometimes you need to watch an inspiring movie to kick your butt, and you get back into it. You need to surround yourself with people who are going to elevate you. And that's what these Saturdays are for. It's to be part of something that's going to elevate you, so that you can get that energy back if you had a bad week, or maybe last week you didn't even start. It's possible. I'm not going to beat you up, but this week is it. This week is it. Take
so
what
next
you
week
today.
Next weekend, folks, we're doing the session. We're doing is session 3 for the month of March, is the power of following up. And this is a really, really important training. You do not want to miss that. We're going to be there for you, and we're going to be sharing this. So you don't want to miss that, folks. You want your team, especially new recruits that are looking for the skills and the tools and the know-how on building their business. We're walking you through it. In fact, I think I'm going to create a playlist called 90-Day Run. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding the training from last Saturday and this Saturday. As soon as this training is done, when you go to the GVO Cloud, the GVO YouTube channel, you will see a new playlist that's going to say 90-day run. Okay, and we'll add, or I should say 90-day run 2026. I think I'm going to do, because there might be others. And then from there, I'm going to do the one from last Saturday. This Saturday, if someone is brand new, they can go back in time and listen to the first one, second one, and then catch up. Okay. So, folks, listen, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. This coming Wednesday, Tammy and I will be presenting, as we do, on a Saturday in fact, at 12 o'clock, in about an hour, 10 minutes. We do a God Backup presentation on our own YouTube channel. And you'll get notified of that. If you're part of our outgoing emails or you're part of our Telegram group, you'll be notified. Or if you're part of the board, you'll be made aware of. Okay. So have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. Let's stay focused, folks, on building your business, putting some money in your pocket. Thank you so much for your wonderful feedback, comments, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.